Title: Does anything you do actually matter? Feynman's surprising answer: let me start with something bold, maybe even arrogant, in the grand cosmic sense. Nothing you do matters, not your job, not your ambitions, not even this video. The universe is 13.8 billion years old. It contains hundreds of billions of galaxies. Each galaxy contains hundreds of billions of stars. And you are a thin layer of chemistry clinging to a rock orbiting one of those stars. So let me ask you something uncomfortable. If the universe doesn't care, if entropy will eventually dissolve every structure, if stars burn out, galaxies drift apart, and heat death swallows everything, then does anything you do actually matter? Richard Feynman once said something extraordinary. The atoms in your body don't know who you are, and yet, somehow, here you are, asking this question. So tonight, let's not answer it with motivational slogans. Let's answer it with physics. You've seen this before. Put an ice cube in warm water, it melts. Have you ever seen the opposite? Have you ever seen lukewarm water spontaneously rearrange itself and form a perfect ice cube? Why not? The laws of physics don't forbid it. The equations that govern atoms, Newton's laws, quantum mechanics, they're reversible. Run them forward, run them backward, the math works both ways. So why does the ice always melt? Entropy. Entropy is not disorder in the casual sense, it's probability. Imagine you have a deck of cards, fresh out of the box, perfect order. You shuffle it once. What are the odds it returns to perfect order? Almost zero. Shuffle it 1,000,000 times. Still almost zero, because there are vastly more ways for the cards to be mixed than arranged. The universe behaves the same way. There are vastly more microscopic arrangements that look messy than ones that look organized. Ice melting is just atoms moving from a highly specific arrangement to one of trillions of more probable ones. And here's the uncomfortable part. You are like the ice cube, a highly specific, wildly improbable arrangement of atoms, and the universe statistically prefers you dissolved. At the microscopic level, atoms don't care. They follow simple rules: electromagnetism, quantum mechanics, thermodynamics. No purpose, no goals, no destiny, just probability waves and energy exchanges. Zoom out to the macroscopic level, to your level. You have dreams, regrets, aspirations. You fall in love. You build cities. Where did that come from? Let me give you an analogy. Imagine trillions of tiny blind ants walking randomly on a field. Each ant follows simple rules, but collectively they build an anthill. Now imagine the anthill asking, "Do I matter?" The ants don't know they're building it, but it exists. Your consciousness is like that anthill, an emergent pattern. At the micro level, particles obey equations. At the macro level, you write poetry. Nothing in the Schrödinger equation mentions heartbreak, and yet heartbreak exists. How? Because when matter organizes itself into certain patterns, extremely rare, delicate patterns, it begins to process information, and information is the key. Here's where most people get it wrong. They say, well, if entropy increases, then everything decays, so nothing matters. But that's not the whole story. The second law of thermodynamics says entropy increases in a closed system. Are you a closed system? No. You eat, you breathe, you radiate heat, you absorb sunlight indirectly through food. You are an open system bathed in energy from the sun. Life is not a violation of entropy. Life is entropy's most clever strategy. Here's the trick. The sun pours low entropy energy onto Earth. You use that energy to build order inside yourself. But in doing so, you release even more entropy into the environment. It's like building a sand castle by burning down a forest. Locally ordered, globally more disordered. So your existence, your thoughts, your choices are not defying physics. They are riding the gradient of energy flowing from the sun to cold space. You are a temporary eddy in a cosmic river of thermodynamics. And eddies don't last forever, but while they exist, they have structure. Imagine a river flowing steadily downhill. Suddenly, because of the shape of the rocks, a whirlpool forms. The water molecules entering the whirlpool are not the same ones that leave, yet the pattern persists. Is the whirlpool real? Yes. Is it permanent? No. Does it matter to the leaves caught in it? Absolutely. You are a whirlpool in the river of entropy. The atoms in your body will be replaced over time. The molecules change. The pattern persists for a while. And what you call you is that pattern. So when you ask, do I matter? You're really asking, does this pattern in the flow of energy matter? Let's be honest. In 1 billion years, Earth will be uninhabitable. In 1 trillion years, stars will burn out. In enough time, even black holes evaporate. Eventually, the universe approaches thermal equilibrium, maximum entropy, no gradients, no free energy, no structure, no life, no memory. So in the ultimate cosmic accounting, every achievement fades, every civilization erases, every star dies. Physics says, in the long run, everything dissolves. So how could anything matter? Is meaning just a chemical illusion? Is purpose a trick played by neurons? Here's Feynman's surprising answer. Meaning doesn't come from permanence, it comes from improbability. Think about it. A snowflake forms in a cloud. It falls, it melts, it vanishes. Does it matter that it didn't last forever? Or is its beauty precisely in its fragility? You are an absurdly improbable configuration of matter. The odds that the atoms of the universe arrange themselves into are unimaginably small. And yet here you are, not just existing, but aware of existing. That awareness is a cosmic event. Before life, the universe expanded and cooled in silence. Through you, the universe can look at itself and ask, do I matter? That's extraordinary. Imagine a machine that shuffles atoms for 13.8 billion years. Most arrangements are boring, rocks, gas clouds, plasma, but once in a while, very rarely, the shuffle produces a pattern that can think. You are a winning lottery ticket in a game played across cosmic time. Now ask yourself, does a winning lottery ticket matter only if it wins forever, or does it matter because it happened at all? At the atomic level, nothing cares. At the human level, everything cares. When someone smiles at you, your neurons fire, chemistry happens, electrons shift orbitals. But at your level, something LSE happens, you feel warmth. Meaning is not written into the equations of quarks. It emerges at higher levels of organization. Just like temperature isn't written into a single molecule, it only makes sense for trillions of them. Temperature is real, consciousness is real, meaning is real, not fundamental. Emergent and emergent phenomena are not fake. They are patterns that arise inevitably when complexity crosses a threshold. Life is a temporary rebellion against equilibrium. Every cell in your body is constantly repairing damage. DNA is copied, errors corrected. Proteins are built and destroyed. You are fighting entropy every second, but you will lose. That's not pessimism, it's thermodynamics. So why struggle? Because the struggle itself is what defines you. If entropy always won instantly, nothing complex would ever form. The universe allows local pockets of order for a while. That while is your life. And what you do during that time changes the structure of other whirlpools. You affect other patterns. You alter trajectories. Physics doesn't say your actions are meaningless, it says they propagate. Every action redistributes energy. Every choice changes probability distributions. Every word reshapes another brain. The ripples may not last forever, but they are real. We think matter means last forever, but nothing in physics says permanence equals significance. A supernova lasts weeks. It creates heavy elements, carbon, oxygen, iron. Without those brief explosions, you wouldn't exist. Short events can have enormous consequences. Your life is short compared to stars. But inside the network of human minds, your actions can reconfigure entire futures. Zoomed out to cosmic scales, it's tiny. Zoomed in to human scales, it's immense. Scale changes perspective, not reality. So does anything you do actually matter? If you demand eternal cosmic permain, NCE, no. The laws of physics say no. Entropy wins. But if you ask a deeper question, does anything you do change the structure of the universe, even temporarily? Absolutely yes. You are a rare, self-aware pattern in a sea of chaos. For a brief moment, atoms in your brain cooperate in such a way that the universe experiences itself. That is not trivial. That is astonishing. Meaning is not handed down from the cosmos. It is generated by patterns like you. You are not outside physics. You are what physics looks like when it becomes aware. And maybe that's the point. The universe doesn't owe you permanence. It gave you improbability. It gave you this narrow window, this tiny defiance of equilibrium to experience, to love, to create, to question. That is enough. You are a whirlpool in a river of entropy, temporary, fragile, unimaginably rare. So let me ask you, not rhetorically, but seriously, if you are one of the few places in the universe where atoms have assembled into awareness, what will you do with that brief rebellion against chaos? Tell me in the comments. Because for this fleeting moment in cosmic time, your answer matters